Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Wednesday the 11th of May 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we bring you the 5 news items that happened today that you really need to know about. Let's jump into it. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up 0.2% today to 7,065 points, having fallen to a 3-month low yesterday. It was anything but a bounce back, with the index falling sharply on opening this morning before crawling back to end in positive territory. There were some decent moves. CSL ended up 2% and Fortescue Metals closed 2.3% higher. Rio Tinto was up 2.6%, while Goodman Group, Aristocrat Leisure, Sonic Healthcare and Cochlear all jumped more than 1%. In fact, healthcare was the best performing sector today. The banks were generally lower, led by National Australia Bank, which went ex-dividend. The financials were easily the worst performers on the day. Telstra was lower, as were a bunch of the tech stocks. And the Aussie dollar remains weak, trading around 69.5 US cents. Some forecasters, including the Commonwealth Bank, think it could fall by another 5 cents if lockdowns in China continue. Lockdowns mean factory closures, which means a drop in demand for Australian commodities like iron ore, which means a lack of demand for the Aussie dollar, which means it depreciates. Story number 2, Building Products Group CSR is predicting tradie shortages and supply chain disruptions for another 12 months. And that's kind of good news for CSR because it means demand for its products will stretch out, and the higher demand will allow the group to lift some prices. Chief Executive Julie Coates said demand in the apartment building market was also starting to gain momentum after an extended slowdown. But labour shortages and supply chain problems meant house building and renovation projects are taking up to 50% longer than usual. She was talking after CSR announced a 24% jump in core profit. Story number 3, Link Group's share price tumbled 15% today, and the ASX asked why. The answer from Link was that it didn't really know. The company was forced to pause trading. Link's directors have recommended a $5.50 a share bid by Canadian group Dye & Durham, but after today's fall, its shares are trading closer to $4.23. Now, the deal is almost done. The only thing happening over the past 24 hours was an 8% drop in Dye & Durham's share price in Canada and speculation that it was having trouble raising the money. Certainly something is going on because investors don't sell at a 20% plus discount if they think the deal is going to happen. Story number 4, cryptocurrency companies have lost value in recent months and are among some of the hardest hit by the current share market rout. Shares in Nasdaq-listed Coinbase Global, which operates a cryptocurrency exchange, have tumbled more than 70% this year alone and have shed 4/5 of their value since reaching a peak in November last year, according to the Financial Review. Canadian group Hut 8 Mining is another pure-play cryptocurrency company. Its share price is down 2/3 this year and 82% from its peak late last year. Block, the rebranded payments giant previously known as Square, which bought local buy now pay later group Afterpay in January, has fallen nearly 50% this year. The company provides a range of payment services and a few years back began offering trading in Bitcoin through its Cash app. At the same time, the value of cryptocurrencies have generally declined. Why? Rising interest rates and investors wanting to avoid risk. And finally, story number 5. Wall Street continues its rollercoaster ride. Overnight, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which measures the top 30 stocks in the country, was up 500 points, then down 850 points, then up another 500 points before closing slightly lower. Wow. The tech-heavy Nasdaq rebounded to finish up 1%, but of course that's after 5 weeks of selling. The big news due out tonight is US inflation data, and that will drive markets over the next few days. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 11th of May, 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Thursday Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.